I think it's Thursday. Happy Thursday, y'all. Just gonna bring Kate in, and let's just hope that this goes without technical difficulty. I think we figured out what we've been doing wrong all along, where it was, you gotta have your phone on silent. But I don't have my headphones in, so let's just hope that that doesn't mess things up. All right, Kate, where are ya? Sorry, guys. I thought she was ready for me. Hi, Donna. How are you? Good to see you here. Hopefully you're having an amazing week. Oh, there's Kate. Hi, Becky. Hello, hello. Hope y'all's Thursday is going great. Oh, Madden. Hey, you there? Thank you, Becky. Um, oh,
Hi.
great. Yeah, thank you. It's Texas, but I'm still freezing. How's Madden? Hey, Madden.
She's good, just not wanting to sleep, so it's fine.
We'll make it for you
It
guys
is
today.
fine.
Although this is a tangent today on what we wish we would have known when we were just starting out. And this is probably not a conversation that most people share when they talk about, like, I actually haven't heard anyone talk about this. I don't know. Have you, Kate?
Nope.
So you guys are the first to hear about this because this is something that nobody talks about. And so what we wish we would have learned and known about is something that is kind of the force behind a healthy business. And because here at A Healthy Business, we want to have a community support of people who are looking at a career and making decisions at our career, not just as a side hustle. And so this is one of those things that if you want your business to be a career and not just a side hustle, this piece of information today that we're going to be talking about is that thing. This is the most crucial thing we wish we would have known when thinking about a career. And so, Kate, you want to do the honors?
Yeah, so, and this really goes along with like what we've been talking about so far this week with treating your business and showing up like an employee, where you're spending your time. So I think that like what was really eye-opening for me was where I was actually spending my time. And what I thought was a business related task, which was really just wasting my time. So when I look at how much money I want to make for the year, and Alicia can break this down because she's awesome with numbers, but what you want to make in a year, and then you divide that, by hours, right? So 40 hours a week or however many hours you have. So that is how you can break down and know what your hourly rate should be. So if you are not charging that hourly rate, or you're doing something else that is not producing something that can bring in that hourly rate, you are losing exactly that amount of money every single hour that you are not doing something to move your business forward. You know what I was doing to not move my business forward and really wasting my time and like bankrupting my business? I was stalking my competitors on social media, market research that made me feel like absolute crap. Don't get me wrong. You do need to research your competitors, 100%. You need to research offers that are out there. You need to see what people are doing. However, that is the limit. Market research that is the limit of your market research. You do not sit there and dissect everything or compare their number of followers or their number of likes or social media post engagement, because you know what that's going to do? That is going to put you into a downward spiral that makes you feel like absolute garbage. And the other thing is, like, I was like spending so much time on listening to podcasts, reading articles, making sure that I could be the absolute end all be all expert. And you know what? That's not possible, because that would, if I was saying like, okay, I know it all and there's no more room left for me to grow, or I don't need to learn anything else, how bad of a coach would I
Mm-hmm.
be? And how arrogant is that for me to say something like that? No, like, you are always learning, you are always growing, especially in the healthcare space, you know? There's always things that we need to learn more about. And you know what? It's not about getting every certification that there is out there and just adding more to your name, especially when you are doing nothing with it. Nothing with it. Like, we both have talked about this before, how we have like a graveyard of like online courses and trainings and all the other things. And it just doesn't make any sense because we're not using them for our business. So that was like a waste of time and a waste of money. And it gets you into that analysis paralysis, much like comparing yourself to your competitors would. The other thing, oh my gosh. So I grew my business on social media. I continue to grow my business on social media. However, checking the news feed all the time, looking at how many people like liked or commented or something, like engaged with one of my posts, is not bringing you money. It is not. If you are engaged in sales activities on social media, such as, you know, posting about your offers, putting an ad up, engaging with or sending, you know, personal messages, following up with those are sales activities. Scrolling your news feed is not a sales activity. And I will tell you something, like, when I was with my MLM, I would scroll the news feed all the time because I was like, and then I would make lists of people that I wanted to follow up with. Do you think I ever followed up with them? No. You know why? Because I was wasting my time scrolling social media, making more lists of more people that I was ever going to reach out to. Like, big time wasters. How about you, Alicia?
I'm actually I'm not a big time waster, so like those kind of things aren't really hard for me. And the reason why is because in my first year of business, and it's like in my first year of business, I did this thing where I realized what my time was worth, but it took me several months of struggling before I figured that out. And so I was in a situation where I had to produce a certain dollar amount because it was our only income source.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was thinking I could do all these things. And I was like, I could do this and this and this and this. And I was all over the place. And I wasn't meeting my income goals. Like, how can I sustain this doing all of these things? And so I was wasting time in different ways, taking on the wrong kind of clients because they weren't willing to pay me enough.
Oh, yeah.
So that was my time waste. Was I was being productive in my business, but I wasn't being productive in meeting my sales goals and my necessary sales goals to have a sustainable livelihood. And so what I ended up doing after a few months of getting really, really frustrated, I had to sit down and go, okay, what do I absolutely have to make? You know, it's like, this is my goal. And so just to make it easy numbers for you guys so you can visualize this self, you're like, okay, you sit down, you're like, I have to make $5,000 a month. If I'm, you know, but right now I only have 20 hours a week to devote to my business. So if I only have 20 hours a week to devote to my business, that makes my hourly value $62.50. This is not what you charge people for. So you're like, okay, that's what I charge per hour, because you know you're not working 20 hours and being paid. So if your hourly value is $62.50, and that client takes like an hour in coaching, an hour in email follow-up, you know, like, you have to look at that whole thing. Like, that experience working with that client in a week, you're like, okay, that client takes 4 hours of my time. You charge for the 4 hours of your hourly value.
Such a good point.
That's how you start figuring out. You look at your time of what it's worth, and that starts dictating your pricing. Because, you know, I will never ever make the money I need to make unless I am charging a very specific pricing, and it's not with the market. And that's the false belief that you charge what the market is pricing.
Yeah.
That is a false belief. That is not true, because there are people out there charging $10,000 an hour. So that, you know, like, oh,
oh yeah,
you know, you can make, there's a lot of people that believe that it's the economy, and that is baloney. That is people thriving in this economy, and the people that are thriving in this economy are the ones that know what their time is worth. They charge accordingly, and they stick to it, and they don't back down. And so that's what you need to do, is like find out what you're worth, because that will dictate your pricing. That will dictate also how you spend your time. And like we were talking with Kate, you know, it's like how you spend your time. If you treat that hourly value, you write it up, whatever you figure out is your hourly value, stick it to your computer. Take that number and stick it to your computer. And when you're spending an hour flipping through Pinterest, you're like, I am stealing from my business $62.50 for this hour that I'm scrolling through Pinterest and not doing something to make money in my business. And you can start keeping a record if you want of how you're bankrupting the company. If you need to hold yourself accountable, do it. You know, like, okay, if I need to be like, kind of like, hey, you're stealing from the company. You want to make, you know, $5,000 a month in every hour that you're wasting, write it up. You're throwing money away. If you're not making money, you are bankrupting your business. You're bankrupting your goals. You will never meet your goals. You will never meet your necessary income. So those things, figuring out what that number is, and it's not a solid number, guys. You know, we can get super nitpicky about, oh, but what about this and what about this? It's not, because we can factor in taxes. We're going to factor in overhead. Let's not go too deep into details. The point is, you need to be working on something for some kind of framework for a number. So if you're working for something, I say, don't choose a number that you're comfortable with, or you'll not be motivated. You know, like, oh, I just want to make $1,000 a month. Well,
totally.
You're not going to be very motivated. So, you know, if it's $5,000 is a really hard number for you, go for 5,000. If 10,000 is, you know, choose that number that makes you uncomfortable, because you will never reach that goal if you're not aiming for it. Because if you aim too low, you will hit it. So if you want to do better, aim higher, you know, so figure out if your goal is in a year to make $10,000 a month. Make that your hourly value now, because you're not going to be getting it right away just because you determine that's what you're worth. But you're more likely to achieve that in that way. So that's what I've known, and that's what most people do not know when they're starting out, is what they are worth. And that time worth is not saying, you know, it's like, oh, will people pay me that? Make it worth that time. Give value. It's not based on expertise. It's on value. You are worth what you say you are. If you believe it, you are it, because you will show up and you will provide that. But if you don't believe you're worth it, no one's going to pay you if you don't believe you're worth it and you're doubting it.
That's exactly right. And we really want you to put value on your time. And we know that so many of us, I mean, myself included sometimes. And so I'm looking forward to accountability too. Like, we know how much you spin your wheels, especially when you are just launching your business, because everything seems like a priority. Everything does. We totally get that. That's why we felt like this was the perfect time of year, and the perfect time as you're getting to know us a little bit more and we're opening up this page in this community. We thought that this was the perfect time to launch a 30-day challenge to really help you. And it is cheeky, and it is titled Get Your Shit Together. So we are going to actually open up the registration this coming Monday, May 13th, and the challenge is going to begin on Monday, June 3rd. 30 days, very simple, actionable steps for you every single day to really get you over that hump, to help you stop spinning your wheels, and then to really get you thinking about, okay, what exactly do I need to do? What are the priorities that are going to help me move my business forward while being able to maintain the life that I want to live? Because that's why we're entrepreneurs, right? Like, we want to be able to have our own schedules, to have financial freedom, you know, and like build this life that we love to live. And yet so many of us fail to do this, because what we end up doing is working 24/7, ignoring the things that are the most important to us. And we struggle. And then we also go bankrupt. And that is exactly what we don't want for you. We want the complete opposite. We want to help you get off the ground, build the business of your dreams, have the life of your dreams. And it really starts with taking a few simple steps to just get your shit together. So we'll be posting more information about that so that you can go ahead and pre-register starting on Monday, May 13th. We can't wait to work with you in this 30-day challenge. So much fun. And seriously, like, when you get in here and you do these things, they are so simple, but you're not doing them right now. And that's why you're spinning. And once you do, and you're going to be like, oh my God, like, I can't believe how easy this was. At the end of the 30 days, I just can't wait to see how much your life and your business is transformed.
Mhm.
So yeah, so we're super excited about that. We always appreciate you guys joining us. And if you feel that anybody can really value from the information that we're sharing, we would love for you to share this on your page, share our page with people. You know, again, like we're just getting this, we just launched this month, this page and this community. And we're happy that you're a part of it. And we want you to share all the love, right?
Aw, thanks, Donna. All right, well, it was great getting
Awesome,
here with
friends.
you guys today, and we will see you again tomorrow.
All right, you guys. Bye.
Bye.